Hey there friends, what's going on? It's Codiak here, back for another Assassin Creed Valhalla video, and today we are talking about another mythical item that most people in the game don't have, and that of course is the Swordfish. I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time, just haven't been able to complete all of the challenges needed to get this sword, and honestly, I don't see many great videos on the internet showcasing this weapon, so I thought I'd do my due diligence and show it to you guys today. Now the Swordfish is a greatsword, two-handed sword here, and it's got an interesting perk. Heavy hits set fallen enemies on fire, and unfortunately, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, the effect doesn't seem to be quite as good as you may think on the surface. Now first, let's rewind and talk about how you get the Swordfish. It's kind of a challenge. It is going to take a serious grind. To get the Swordfish, you have to complete all of the fishing deliveries at the fishing hut in your village, and let me tell you guys, this is an absolute monster task. You have to go all around England and Norway to collect all of these fish. There's a lot of bugs in the game about fish not being able to spawn properly in certain games, and there are some locations that just are fish poor, so you're not going to always have a plethora of fish to fish for. And of course, you need multiple fish to complete each of these assignments, so it is going to take some time, there is no doubt about that. There are some great resources on the internet. I'll find a few and link them in the description below to show you guys exactly where you can get fish, which regions of England and Norway will get you there. But once you do finally complete all of the fishing deliveries, you will be able to pick up the Swordfish. And it's a really funny looking sword, definitely one of the more niche, jokey type weapons in the game. Obviously, it's a giant fish that you swing around and use its nose there as a weapon, and it's cool. It's a two-handed sword. If you guys like the two-handed swords in the game, like Excalibur, like the Carolingian longsword, you'll like this weapon. It's part of the wolf tree, it's a mythical status, 10 out of 10 upgrades, what's not to love? Now I did mention that perk before, and I want to talk about that really quick. Heavy hits set fallen enemies on fire. When I tell you guys, I went around multiple camps in England trying to get this perk to proc, and I just couldn't do it. I don't know if there is something going on with the perks in the game. They don't work as well as they should. I wouldn't be surprised given how many bugs are in Valhalla, but I was really disappointed because that perk actually sounds pretty good. Fallen enemies that catch on fire have a chance to catch other enemies on fire. We know that from the battlefield cremation skill. That would just compound that effect and it would be awesome. You'd be able to basically create fire traps around a battlefield. So when I was using the Swordfish and it wasn't proccing, I was really disappointed. Now there is something to be said about swinging a giant fish around in combat that's just satisfying all by itself. I really do enjoy the two-handed swords, especially when you dual wield them with something, but there's just something cathartic and hilarious about chopping off heads with the tip of a swordfish. Now the sad truth is, guys, if you want to spend the time, if you want 100% the game, you should go after the Swordfish, but ultimately, if that perk is not working and you don't want to waste tens of hours of your life, I honestly think you could probably skip this weapon. It just really doesn't stack up, and unfortunately, all of these items that we're getting in the game that take a ton of time to collect just don't seem to be stacking up, and I really do think that's a huge miss for the Ubisoft team. I would rather work my ass off to try and get something really valuable in the game that also performs at a really high level. I love the Thane set, I love the Mentor set, but there was no real challenge to getting those. I wanted the Swordfish to have something really awesome on it, not be locked behind the Ubisoft store, and now it's this pinnacle weapon that everybody wants to get. You gotta put hours into getting it, and then finally you have this awesome weapon. I really think that is the true secret sauce to creating good loot incentives in games. But unfortunately, this is more of a niche item, more of a campy item. Obviously, it's ridiculous, but it doesn't have the perk to really back it up, which is why you could probably pass over this one if you didn't want to waste your time. Now, of course, guys, I don't want to drag these videos on too long, so I will leave you with some gameplay and a couple screenshots that I took. And as always, if you like this type of video and you want more Assassin's Creed Valhalla content in your feed, don't forget Assassin's Creed is going all 2021. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and, of course, subscribe to the channel. It's completely free for you. It really does help us out a ton. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.